we're out at the dog park. So I keep saying it's a kids park. We always go to the dog park when the weather's bad, so we're close to home. But out for exercise for the boys. And I get to chase them back and forth, so I lose some weight. And yes, I'm by a main street, so you're gonna hear noise for a bit. So we're out here enjoying the weather. Life has been pretty good, folks. I was trying to do a couple things, and so I was taking a free course, right? Free certification for like Amazon cloud storage and all sorts of stuff that everyone's moving to. Google, they're all doing something very similar. So I did the whole week of it, hour a day, 5 days. Got all the way as far as yesterday. So I think the first it was 2 hours. So I was 9 hours in, and I just realized this was way too much for me. This was just like so much more than I could realistically accomplish. I'm not tech savvy, but it's not worth the time investment I have to put into this. So basically what happened, folks, was I was like, you know what, even if it's free, this is something I can do fast, and I don't want to spend 4 weeks on it and then have to spend more time than pay for certifications to go on a paper copy. That is, I didn't want to do all that just for, to end up walking away. It didn't make sense. So you know what, let's cut my losses, just get out. I didn't put any money to it. I can delete the software on my phone, not the software, the PDFs. I didn't get into the software yet. But first I'm going to say, folks, you got to know your limits. And for me, I didn't really realize how hard this is going to be. Now that I know, I was like, let me cut my losses and invest my time somewhere else. So I got to keep doing what I can do, just moving forward. So there's not much else I can say about that. So the second topic I want to cover today is do your homework first. So I bought a CB radio, Cobra, pretty decent one actually, it seemed like. I bought a Baofeng when I thought it was a ham radio. I think it might have been a misstep, but I got a coupon for one, got the other one on sale. And I'd seen someone post on Instagram about it. These are good backups. And I spoke to the guy who I guess was one of the experts, shall we say, in my circle. Not my circle, but the people who are looking at doing things I'm doing and trying to consider things where I consider them. But being generally prepared. It's hurricane season where I live. If you look in New York right now, the sky's like orange from supposedly these Canadian fires. And now they're saying, people need to put their masks back on. And, I'm looking at the conspiracy theorists, and they're talking about, climate lockdowns are coming. It's not necessarily, but my parents had to close their windows. My sister says to run home. I believe school is now remote again. It's just craziness, It's weird, folks. All these fires started at once. I'm looking at the grid, and it just seems weird to me. But the point is, I was trying to get emergency preparedness communication going, and spoke to the guy, told him what I bought, and he was like, that's not going to work because of static interference. He's like, you have 10 different reasons why it might not be a good idea. So I'll make my returns to Amazon. They make it easy, which I can complain. I'll get my money back and invest in a higher quality one. I'll probably buy two because there's no point in me having my wife not having one. And like I said, I've been putting checks in the bank. The amount of money I've put enough money in the bank to cover more than, let's put my son's Batman. I have enough money in more than I would have made these last 6 weeks so far. I'm in the 6 week. I haven't finished the 6 week. So what happened was basically, folks, what I say there too is you gotta know your limits and know your knowledge base. I should have done more homework. I thought I had found the poor man's alternative, and while it might be, it's not gonna serve a purpose. Things are gonna get bad. So I gotta wait and see and figure it out. Do what I can do. There's not much more to it. This beautiful park. There's trees and a church behind it. But folks, there's a lot going on. No. So like I was saying, folks, you gotta keep your head on the swivel too. I realized I didn't have enough knowledge about something. Did some homework, consulted, asked questions. Boom, good to go. The second thing I did was I learned my limit. This is a skill I was trying to pick up was just too far ahead of me. I'd have to do some other lower levels first, and I'm not going to commit the time to that. I'm trying to figure out how to do some of these other things. I'm looking at opening a store online or a processing payment site. There's a couple options I can do. I was discussing with my wife because that's another thing I'll say. Always talk about it to your partner. Whoever your partner is, your spouse, your significant other, always talk to them. Always talk to them and see what they have to tell you. Always see what input they have. It's a partnership. I've been married almost 17 years. We've been together 17 years, I think, today or yesterday, give or take. So you have to work together. So you definitely want to reach out to your spouse and do this. But like I said, the last thing I want to say is keep your head on the swivel. That applies to your job search. That applies to your business, looking for patterns. Certain people come at certain times and not buying stuff. Or they just looking to steal, they casing your joint. You go to the kids park, right next to your car is always here. And I never see this person have a kid come out. They've been here a couple of times. And it's either, it can be a couple of things. This is a good place to take a break because it's safe, because there's a kids park, and, you know, it can be a good place for predators too. It can be a good place for, you know, people who want to steal my kids. It can be a good place for people who are attracted to kids. It could be a safe haven. You never know why they stop. I just don't trust me to stop and don't have kids here. Funny enough, as soon as I said this, folks, the person was driving off. There's one person in the car full of crap. If I look at the car's color, it's an antenna on the back. Look at the rims. Is it missing rims? It was missing its hubcaps. It was either a Mercury Marquise or a Ford Crown Vic. I think it was a Crown Vic, but I didn't look real quick. But I've seen him, like I said, I come here quite often. And he's here for like 5 or 6 minutes and leaves. Now, while I'm recording this, I was watching him, so the camera may be going crazy, but sometimes folks simple as letting someone know you see them is enough to stop them from coming after you and your kids. Sometimes the deterrence is letting people know what's going to happen. You know, you don't want to necessarily wear a shirt that says F around and find out. But, you know, a hard stare sometimes can do something. The other thing you can do something, folks, is just walking away. Now, had this person come for my children in any way, shape, or form, I would have threatened them immediately. And been ready to deploy one of my self-defense tools, shall we call it. I always leave home prepared, folks. There's 100 things you can do. You can get G10, you can get knives. In Florida now, I think July 1st, July 7th, you will be able to conceal carry a weapon as long as it is not seeable, not visible to the naked eye. See, I was curious about that because I wanted to know if it was going to affect what I still need a CCW for a concealed carry knife. It appears not now. And I was going to call my lawyer and ask, but you know what, now I don't have to waste time or their time. Now, I pay ahead of time for the lawyer, so it wouldn't cost me more money, but it's still been time to invest. And if this is a little choppy, say, I'm sorry, I'm recording while my kids are playing. So you're also getting Batman. I don't want to put other kids on here. I think it's wrong. Let me see if I can give you a good shot here without those kids. Look at that beautiful thing. This place is wonderful. Folks, I left New York 7 years ago. Actually, about 6 weeks, it'll be 7 years. Best choice I made. It was easier during lockdowns. I'm not having this madness right now with the yellow smoke and air. You know, I'm not dealing with kind of ignorance. I'm not in California dealing with Gavin Newsom's ignorance. You know, a lot of my rights are intact. Now, there's a lot of people who are not pro-DeSantis. A lot of people are. Right now, I'm on the fence about his president's campaign. What I will say is that right now in Florida, I like everything's going on except for the new rent rules. I did post on Instagram about it and got some interesting feedback about it. So what it comes down to is it looks like they can charge unlimited fees, but I think it means more like when you come in, like in New York, we put first month, last month, or security in first month, you know, sometimes 3 months, depends. I believe, from what I've seen and what I'm learning, is it applies to that. I will be renting soon, hopefully. You know, Rocket Mortgage has a new thing. We put down 1% to 0%. They're doing all the fees in-house. So what it looks like to me is I'll put down less, but I'll have a bigger loan. But let's say they put down 0 and I put down 3. Or maybe I put down 0 and put down the 3 to 5 grand I was going to put down anyway. So like 3%, let's say 3%, let's say it's 10 grand. Whatever it is, I can put that towards the principal right after I start the mortgage and immediately lower the amount of interest I'm paying. They're bringing me shells on us. These are all little shells. My kids are searching right now. There's a lot of options out there, folks. A lot of stuff going on. So let's sum this up. So you need to keep your head on the swivel. Watch out for evil people. They're everywhere, folks. They just saved 220-something kids, 250 kids the other day in the sting. Hundreds of thousands of kids and women go missing. You have to be alert and be aware. And take care of them. Be a sheepdog. Don't be a simp. You got to take care of your family, take care of your people. There's no excuse for not being, shall we say, not being able to rise to the occasion. You need to build. You need to be ahead of every curve you can. It's hurricane season. I'm mostly ready for that. I'm going to reassess my supplies. We've been reorganizing. We're cleaning out our sunroom, throwing out tons of stuff. It's amazing. We threw out, I think, I'm not even sure. We're throwing out like 10 bags worth of toys and stuff. It's just like we're not using them. I'm like, oh, you should recycle. You should give them to the church. And I'm like, you know what? I've been trying to do that for like the last 7 years, and I just never get to it. I need to just clear my house, clear my mind, get ready to move because my house is coming soon. I'm out of here, folks. You can hit me up at Tony@changeinadvance.com, Changing Advance on Twitter and YouTube, where you'll see this video. Changing Advance, the podcast, is on all major platforms. You'll hear this video there because I'm going to audio transcribe it as well. But folks, what I want you to do, let me go backwards real quick. Keep your head on the swivel, plan ahead, seek knowledge, and know your limits. Peace.